All right, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, here we go. Let's get started here. We start with an Eight of Swords. Right now, we have a feminine who feels trapped. I don't know if she's stuck in her mind. We've got this big old cobra coming up behind her, though, that is possibly the message of, hey, this is a year to get untrapped, unstuck. But what is it that is making her mind feel stuck? Hanged Man, all kinds of delays, things that are out of her power. She's not seeing this properly. The Hanged Man says we are either sacrificing too much, or it says that with these delays, we're supposed to be seeing things from a different perspective. If she's only feeling stuck, it's because she isn't seeing what's right there in front of her. Nine of Cups. Okay, so in some ways, these are the best years of her life. So don't feel stuck when, in fact, there's a lot of beauty for this character. Maybe she's imagining, I'm supposed to be so much further ahead in life. I'm supposed to have so much more success. I'm supposed to. And the universe is like, hang on, right where you are right now. You may have a ton more freedom than what you think you have. You may actually have reached a level of tremendous success and you're the last person to notice it. We do have this cowboy down here watching. We have an eyeball here. We see her way up on the top of this like fountain. And other people everybody's looking up toward her. So let me put it this way. If she's in a very successful phase of her life and doesn't seem to know it, doesn't realize other people view her totally differently, this is probably going to be a story about like a character who needs to realize that the way they perceive themselves right now is not the way other people perceive her. Him, her, it doesn't matter. This could be a masculine or a feminine. We did get this card a little bit tilted, but this is the Action of Pentacles. She feels like everything is moving so slow, but really it's that she has a certain amount of peace in her life. She shouldn't see it as boredom and stuck. She should see it as an era of peace. We have the Messenger of Cups, which is sideways. She's wishing for some kind of like emotional energy, maybe an apology from somebody. Maybe that's why she feels like time is ticking on slowly, but in fact, these moments are her life and it's a really good chapter of her life. Maybe she's only hyper focused on like one thing, like why hasn't this one person come in and to say sorry to me? But she's, by focusing on only that, she's negating all of these other like amazing people who care about her, like being around her, want to, be in her energy flow. Let me get another card on that Nine of Cups, because she actually, this is all saying she's doing really well in life. With that moon here, there's still so many people that care about her or like her, maybe have not actually said that in so many words. So she's kind of only in her own headspace and only focusing on the things that she doesn't have right now. Specifically one thing. Let's go back over and ask about that Messenger of Cups. That one apology that she hasn't received. We have the Devil in the reverse. So it says that she's not actually hyper focused on it. 10 of Wands. In fact, maybe she's been hyper focused on someone and she's letting that go right now. Maybe we're watching her kind of release things. Okay, hang on, universe, what is it that she's supposed to be paying more attention to at this moment in time? Let's ask that, because I feel like all of this, you notice that we're watching her gravitate, is the truth of it. She's gravitating toward maybe other better chapters of her life right now. And she's actively already, going down the right path. The universe says, definitely look to the future, but keep it specific to the near future. Maybe don't look beyond the next 3 days. This is Year of the Snake. Make some changes in her immediate future. Okay, why? Is this things that she's passionate about? This is, a red face with a green eye. This could be somebody who has a lot of passion and desire. Also, this can be embarrassment. This can be anger. The green eye could talk about looking at something that we want to have growth in, or could be looking at an energy of greed. So we could read this in a positive or a negative. It's upright, though. It doesn't look bad. But we did just get the Devil and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the thing for her to turn her attention to right now is her immediate future. Because if she has had some kind of, let's say there was an energy of like embarrassment, or because this can be fear, if she has fear somehow that, okay, I'm going to just throw this out because this is what I'm getting off of this story. Okay. And I always just try to honor whatever the true interpretation is that I see. Because we have this feminine who feels stuck, who feels fairly vulnerable, who feels like there's this one person who never said sorry to her, maybe somebody that hurt her. And in the meantime, she doesn't know how many other people think so highly of her, think she's really lovely. I'm wondering if this story, although she's letting go of some of that, I wonder if the universe is giving her the encouragement to say, if there's some part of her that was impacted negatively by what happened with this person who's never apologized to her, if that impacted the way she looks at like her attractiveness or her beauty, she's maybe worried either she'll never have somebody attracted to her again, or that she'll only have people that come into her life for a good time, not a long time. It says work on that, focus on that, and expel that negative thought out of her mind, because that's not going to be true. But sometimes it's like if she's releasing the focal point of how come this person never said sorry to me, how come they never did that, maybe that's setting a precedence in her mind where she's like, oh, because that's just how people are. They come in, they use you up, mess with your mind, and then they leave. And if she's starting to get like hard-hearted, the universe is like, whoa, don't start taking that energy on and believe that this is you letting it go, because it's actually you formulating, like, it's like I'm feeling like this is somebody who's formulating like uric acid crystals, or like kidney stones. Like, you don't want to start forming that kind of, but it's like a calcifying idea that would be something that would cause more grief. So the universe is like, whoa, pause right now. This is awesome that you're starting to let go of things, but in the immediate future, make sure that you're not letting go of it, and then instead turning it into this negative concept in your mind. 6 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. The universe wants her to reroute her energy toward things that make her feel amazing, successes in her life, talent. It says take a class, learn about something, practice something, paint a mandala, learn how to do a new skill, focus on a side hustle, get your money on your mind and your mind on the money. Not to make that the whole purpose in life, but rather look at the things that you can build and grow, the things and talents that you possess that people would like to celebrate you for, or in this case, career path wise, things that people might want to pay her for. It says she should maybe instead focus on, in her immediate future, make sure she doesn't dwell anymore on, that person never apologized to me, because you know what? Lots of people just come in and they just take you for a ride and they were just toxic. The universe is like, who cares about them? Let's just get you back to you. Let's just get you on to your own journey here, because your journey's amazing. You got a lot to look forward to and a lot going on here. So I love the fact that the universe is like, focus on self, focus on your talents, focus on this is like a great chapter of her life, because the people that are around her that care about her, even though she hasn't necessarily recognized it, she may have a great reputation, even though she hasn't paid attention to that. She may be someone who's like does a lot of good with her energy in life, but she's kind of focused more on this internal hurt and pain that she went through. This right here, the lack of apology, the lack of a love offer. 9 of Pentacles, and it shook her personal internal confidence to a little level, and that made her maybe start projecting a negative viewpoint of love, of people, of lovers. And the universe is like, no, reel it back in. You're super grounded. Get super grounded. Find that inner power. You know that you're worth a ton. This is not anything to focus on anymore. Okay, actually, I love that message. So is she going to be able to do this in this immediate future? Temperance, hell yeah. In fact, maybe this is we all need that moment where something grabs us and goes, hey, I'm going to speak some truth to you right now. Quit thinking about the person that they didn't give the apology. And she's like, I'm quitting thinking about that. And it's like, yeah, but don't say I stopped caring about that because I know that they're crap and a lot of people are crap. And the universe is like, just let the whole thing this doesn't bear any more of your attention. Your life and your power is so much greater. And I feel like that's the message is trying to come out in this, is for her to just be like, oh yeah, it's true. Let me only work with the positive flows of the energy. Let me not even give time to negative thought processes. Beautiful temperance energy. Judgment. We got the phoenix rising from the ashes. She's going to be so much happier. And I think she's going to rise back into like this energy of joy and success. She's going to be flying high again really, really soon, which looks absolutely stellar for her. That's exactly what we needed her to get to. I don't see this as her reconciling with anybody, but we do have two major arcana, both of which to me are speaking of internal peace and then that her spirit elevating. And now I think she's going to be much more present in her life, in her energy flow. What does that mean? If she's this much more present in her life and energy flow, we've got a King of Swords in the reverse. Look, I'm sorry to bring up the person that didn't give her the apology, but they're over here stuck in a karmic energy. The more her energy, I'll say, rises, balances, the more she moves on from thoughts of this person in any way, shape, or form, the more they're left carrying the burden of what actually happened. They're the ones in a karmic cycle. Now, this could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that she dealt with. It feels as if she haunts their dreams. And I say that because they're covered in this dragon tattoo, which represents dreams. We have the Two of Swords. Look, I'm not, joyful over this or anything, but it seems like the more she balances her own life and leaves the thoughts of whatever, however she was done wrong, whatever happened between herself and we'll say this King of Swords, the more she stops caring about it, the more the entire situation and the energy rests on his shoulders now. His, hers, it doesn't matter. It could be same-sex couple. But the more he's burdened with this and the more stuck he is on the thoughts of what went wrong, she's not thinking about this anymore. It's not her thing to have to worry about, which means that energy has to go somewhere. Well, it goes right back to him, 100% of it. Strength card, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. God, he is, the thoughts of what he could have had with her, the thoughts, I mean, he may be daydreaming about, we could have had a family, we could have had it all. I could have come home to her every night from work. She could have come home to me every night from work. We could have vacationed together. We could have flown places together. We could have been side by side through life. I would have had the partner of a lifetime in her. This is what he is like, stuck on this loop of everything that could have been, should have been, could have been, should have been. It's very interesting to me that this is, remember she had the Temperance card, and as she comes into balance and as she rises beyond this, it's like she's leaving this in her rearview mirror and they're still back there with all these memories and thoughts and they own all of them now. All of this becomes that cycle of what could have been and what's been lost, and he cannot get this out of his head. Well, is this the first time that you've really had it hit you as she's letting go? The Hierophant. Yeah, because this is his full-blown awakening. You notice how we have the kind of like the serpents coming up through the midline there. And she had it too. The universe was saying, get yourself into that 9 of Pentacles. Get yourself all balanced. Get all your chakras aligned. Get everything. Know that you're worthy of more. We even have the serpent up here. This is kind of either like the Kundalini awakening, or we could just talk about it like chakras aligning, balancing. But what's interesting is that he's having it too, but in a different way. The universe wanted her to get balanced in herself, feel empowered. Now the King of Swords, by contrast, is having an awakening where they're connecting to their higher self and kind of like I'll say the divine knowledge, I don't want to call it like the rule of the land or anything, but if he knows that this was his person, this was the person he was supposed to have built with, the person he could have had it all with. Sorry, there's some song trying to come into my head right now. Oh, that was a weird fleeting split second. I wish it would come back because it's actually a song I want to go listen to, and it was too brief. I can't get it. Okay, maybe if I stop trying. I was saying something about like he's realizing, oh, it's the song by Kate Bush. All the things you could have said, but you never said, all the things you should have done, but you never did. It's this woman's work. Okay. Finally, I was like, I can almost hear it, but I couldn't hear what voice was singing it. And that's the only component of that song. If that's the way to look at this, sorry, more of those lyrics are coming into my head right now. Pray God you can cope. Now's the time for the Father. It's going to come in at random. Okay, we have Page of Wands. So he's realizing it's kind of like he took a wrong turn at a really important exit on the highway. And if he had followed his heart from the very beginning and, made the right moves, because in life, there's always so many steps that we could take. And if we don't realize or have a clear vision of what steps we want to take, because maybe we just don't know ourselves that well yet, we can botch it. But had he taken the right steps, you notice that this Page of Wands ends up with the Four of Wands in the background. This is his awakening. He's realizing, I met the person I should have married. I met the person that I would have had a happily ever after. I can't shake this. I can't forget this. I can't get over this. This was my person. Okay, very hard hitting message for him. And this is what she's leaving behind, because I'm guessing she might have thought this too. But I thought I was supposed to marry them. I thought we were supposed to be together. I can't believe that they did me this way. I can't believe they never even said sorry. I can't believe nothing ever happened with this. But she's like releasing herself from all of that and just moving on. She's feeling empowered again. She's rising again. She's feeling like, you know what? I'm all right. And actually my present life is really, really good. And there's other relationships in my life that are really, really good. So he's sitting here in the exact opposite energy. He's, oh God, sucks to be him right now. Like I'm starting to sweat just having to think about how that feels to him, because recognizing that you had it all and you blew it. I'm hearing that song by Eric Clapton. You had the floor and you knew it. Now you'll never get another chance. Yikes. Let's go back over to her. Knight of Swords. So her life is picking up speed and momentum. Now that she's done with this, she's moving forward in I'll say much more rapid sequence. We have the Chariot. We have the Page of Cups. Guess what? There's a new boo on the horizon. She's going to be meeting possibly a Cancerian, somebody who, let me tell you, they would never miss a chance to be with her, love her, start something. I almost feel like this one needs a part 2. I'm going to open up comments on this. If you guys want a part 2, let me know, and I will do a part 2. I'll probably, if I get at least 100 comments and 500 thumbs up, I'll do a part 2. I'll let you guys decide. I don't want to spend time doing stuff if nobody cares about it, but I feel like we didn't get to I'm just curious about this new person in her world for sure, because it comes in so fast all of a sudden. And I feel like we were kind of leaving this on a cliffhanger, but maybe that's just me. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.